Hi everyone, this side Abhipsha. So welcome you all in another session of data analytics. So today we are going ahead with the R programming part. So in details we will be seeing what is R programming and what are the other sessions, other parts. Okay. So before that, let me just share my screen. Yeah. Hopefully my screen is visible to all of you, right? So let me just go ahead and details about R programming. What is R programming? So R is the programming language actually made specifically for working with data. Okay. So suppose you can imagine that is marks of suppose 100 students. Marks of 100 students. Okay. Next coming down to height of the keys. Next, we have the weather data of suppose 10 years. Okay, just a moment. Okay, coming down, like maybe this cricket score of all of the marks. So this all are the data. What are this? This all are the data basically. Okay, let me just yeah. So this are exactly what are they? They are just a moment. So they are data. So they are data. Fine. So hopefully things are visible to you. So now, what this R is? So R is a tool that helps us. What it does, it helps us to understand the data, understand the data. Next, going down to clean the data. Next, to analyze the data. Next, to draw beautiful graphs. Beautiful graphs, and then the next one is about it finds the hidden pattern. Okay, so this all work it does. Okay, so this is the work of R programming basically. Okay, just a moment. Control X, Control V. So we'll just take it like all of this will increase the size and accordingly take it like that. We'll just increase it like this. So that you get the idea about what this R tool is doing. So R, we call it R as a tool that actually helps us to understand the data, clean the data, analyze the data, draw beautiful graphs, and find the hidden pattern. Now, why was this R created? That was the specific question. Why was R created? Right? So long ago, all of the scientists, the researchers exactly needed a simple language to do maths, to study numbers, and to understand patterns. So R was created for statistics and data analysis. Why R was created for statistics and data analysis. So for data analysis, R is considered as a very important tool. Okay. So for data analytics, R is considered as a very important tool. Now, what kind of language is R, right? So we'll just discuss the features and what are the types. Okay. So the very basic feature of R that is very much smarter. That means it can able to handle large data. It's able to handle large data. Handle large data. Okay. Next, coming down about the statistical use. Okay. It is great for maths and statistics. Maths and stat. So this is another feature. Next, coming down for the visual appearance, like creating graphs and charts. Graphs and charts. Okay. Next, it's an open resource, free for everyone. So anyone can use it and get it learned accordingly. Okay. So it is free resource. So all of this, these are the reason, like what kind of language it is? It is a very smart language for basically used for numbers and statistical purpose. So it can handle large data. That is the very one usefulness of R, and it is great for mathematical and statistical use. And we can just also visualize the data with the help of R coding. Okay. So the graphs, like what are these graphs and bar charts? So the data are converted into graphs and charts, as you have already learned in case of Python programming. There we have used Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly Express to visualize the charts, like visualize the data, right? So here also the same thing is going, but here the programming language is just the different one. So here we are using R programming to do all of that part. Okay. Now, what is data? Right? I guess you all know what is data. Data is information. So data means any number, words, date, picture, measurements, video, anything you can call. So it is a data. So what does R do with data? Right? That is the question. So what are the steps I'll be writing? So let's just increase the size first. I'll just increase the size to 14. Okay. So we will be first one is for collecting the data. Collect data is the first one. What R do with data? It collects the data. It cleans the data. After that, it understands the data. Next is visualize the data. Then it finds patterns. Okay, these are the parts that this R programming does with the data. So it collects data, it cleans data, it understands data, it visualizes data, and finally find the pattern within the data. Okay. Now, where this R programming is used, that is a very important part. These are the sections that I have already mentioned. The same thing I have just written it. So what does R do? It's collect the data, clean the data, understand data, visualize the data, and find the data. Find the patterns basically. So what it each means. So what do R do with this data? So it collects the data. So from where it collects? It collects from files, from website, from survey, from machines, all of the places. Files. Next, coming down website. Next, we can think about surveys, and it can go from any other, from a database, from any of the portions. Okay. So, like, let me just increase it like this. So for all, we will be just fixing the Fixing it to this, and we'll take it like this. Yeah. Now, coming down to data cleaning. Cleaning the data, like sometimes my data that like my raw data is dirty, is there is missing values, there is wrong values. So our programming actually helps in fixing the mistake, removing useless data, using any of the inconsistency that is there inside the data. It fills the missing value as whatever we have done in the pre-processing of data in case of Python. All of this work this R has been doing. Okay. So now coming down the next one with understanding the data or understand the data that actually what is this? So R can draw the bar graphs. This comes down to the visualization about bar graphs, line chart, pie charts, and about understand the data. So what like actually helps in answering some of the questions, some of the queries basically. Like what is the average, who scored the highest, which month had the most rain. This kind of answer we can get from the data with the help of R. So that is for that it needs to understand the data, visualize the data. So how this data has been interpreted with the help of visualization, with the help of bar charts basically, with the help of line chart, with the help of pie chart, with the help of histogram. Next, finding pattern. Finding pattern means like we can find the trend, we can find the relationship, we can find the correlation, positive correlation, negative correlation, or no relation at all. Like these two features doesn't relate with each other a lot. Any predictions, all of this we can take over. Okay, so now coming down, where is R programming used? Of course, the first one is in data analytics because in case of data analytics, R is being used for studying the business data, finding profit, losses, to visualize them. We are using R programming. It is used in data analytics. Next, it is used in case of healthcare domain. Why in healthcare? For studying the disease, for medical research, it's been used. Next, coming down here in case of finances. Next, in case of weather forecasting. In case of science and research. Next, in case of education. Okay, just a moment. So for all of these sections, our programming is needed. Okay, so we need to understand it. What are the reasons or what are the sectors where we have this R programming in demand? Okay, now why do the people use R programming? Right? So they are using R programming because R is very good with the data. It's very good with statistics, and for analyzing the data I need to be like I need to use some tools that are good with numbers, good with the data. So that because at the very first stage we need to interpret it, we need to interpret the data that we are having, the raw data. And after that, we need to do the pre-processing, and then only we will be able to do the further analysis of the data, right? So that thing needs to be taken accordingly. Without that, things won't be working. So R is very good with numbers and the stats. That's why it's been used more often in this sectors. Okay, coming down to the advantages of R programming. The very first one is it is free and open source. So anyone can use it and like without any money. Okay, there is no need of money needed and anyone can use it, right? So it's free and open source. Sorry. Okay. So it's free and open source. Let me just take it like this so that it can be taken. Okay. Now, it's of course the second most advantage that we can think of that it is excellent with data analytics. Okay, works very well with the data analytics. Okay. So next coming down, we have the third one that is it can draw beautiful graphs, beautiful charts that are too good to visualize and easy to understand as well. Okay. So that is amazing with graphs. Okay. Next, the fourth one is it has like thousands of packages. Well, thousands of packages are available that are the superpower added to R. So they actually help R to do machine learning stuff, deep learning stuff, big data analysis, all of it. Okay. So like contains packages, lot of packages. Next coming down, next coming down, it's used for huge community. So it has huge community. That means many people use R and lots of help are available if you need it. Right. So many of the people who are into data analytics do know about R in detail. So you get a huge community. Okay. So these are the advantages of R programming. Right? So before that, let's just move it down for the disadvantages because it's the rule that whenever we are just discussing about the advantages, we have to discuss about the disadvantages as well because no thing is perfect. If there is something good, there would be at least one thing that is coming as a disadvantage. Okay. So the very major disadvantage is that it's low for very big data. Okay. So if the data is too big, so it's low for big data. Next, coming down, it's hard for beginners to understand at the very first stage. So the beginners may feel confused. They need like back-to-back practice to master it, but it's not that difficult as well. If you are like patient enough, you'll be able to understand it. Not that difficult, but like if anyone who is too beginner doesn't have any knowledge about anything related to computers or programming, then they might face a bit difficulty. So that's the case. So it's hard for beginners. Coming down to the third one. Third one is it's not good for apps or games. So R is only like R is not used for any of the mobile apps or games or website mostly. It's basically used for data analytics. It's used for like analyzing like anything with number. Like when there is anything that is related mainly with numbers, there you are getting the reach of art programming. Okay. So number three is not good for apps and games. Now there is a major use that is a major disadvantage you can say that is the memory usage. Okay, so the fourth one and the most important one and like the major disadvantage you can say that is memory usage. Okay, so that means it uses a lot of computers memory, right? So that is the thing that needs to be handled accordingly. So these are all about R programming, like the basic meaning of R programming. Hopefully you understood it and we will be discussing about it. And we have the R Studio installed. Like here we will be writing the codes. So I'll be showing you how to write the code and what are the stages and what is that all about. So that you can understand each of the things in details. Okay. So let's just go here. Sorry, go. here first. Yep. So now we will be discussing about, before that, we need to just discuss one more thing, that is why R is important in data analytics. Till the time, I guess you all know what is data analytics. Of course, data analytics means studying data to make smart decisions, right? So, why R is perfect or preferred for data analytics? Because it handles the data easily, okay? And it's powerful in statistics. That means we are able to find out the mean, median, probability, correlation, all of this at once. Also, it's best for visualization, so the graphs explained accordingly and also easy to show the result. That is the reason we are being using it for data analytics, and also used by analysts all over the world. And for the because of the industry standard and the trusted language, it's been used more often. Okay. Now we'll discuss about the details in R for a part, like what are the tasks it's been using. So the very first one is understanding the data. Next, analysis. Like if that is there, we have to clean the data. For the analysis, we have to clean the data. Then coming down, we have to get the statistical text, statistical tests, all. Next, we have good for like advanced visualization. Advanced visualization, and then it's in the more advanced level we can use machine learning, we can use the predictive analysis, and also we can use for research and modeling. Okay, so we'll just take it this way. Okay, fine. So this is the things about R in case of data analytics. Okay. Now coming down to data types. So what are the data types in R, right? So suppose what is this data type? Suppose you like imagine that you have a box. Okay, you put things inside it like numbers, words, yes or no, or list. Then the system or the computer asks what kind of thing is this. So data type is the type of data that's stored inside the system. Okay, so that is data type. Why does data type are important? The very important question. Because numbers are used for counting, words are used for names, and yes or no for used for decision you can call. So if the computer mixes them up, so it would be a big confusion, right? So numbers can do the counting, but the words can't do the counting, right? So you can't just calculate different words together, right? That is not possible. Yes or no, like you can count the number of times they have appeared, but there is no specific identity for the words for counting, right? So that is not there. So the main data types for are they are numeric data type. Next we have integer data type. Next we have the character data type. Next we have the logical data type. Next we have the complex data type. And finally, we have the raw data type. So we will be discussing all in details. Don't worry about it. So we will be discussing on them. Okay. So these are the types of the data. These are the data types in R. So let's just go here. Yeah, let me just increase this section a bit. So the very first one is numeric data type. Okay. So what is numeric data type? So used for numbers with decimal. What is this numeric data type? The numbers that is used with decimal, they are actually in use. Okay. Now coming down about examples of numeric data type. It can be anything, like anything, 10, 3.14, minus 5.6, anything, right? So the marks in maths, whatever you have got, suppose 85.5, 90, 75.5, 72.25. These are the marks anyone have received anywhere. So they are considered into numeric data type. Now here you can see that in this section you can see that we have just taken the marks as the variable where we are storing the value as 85.5 and height being another variable where we are storing another value that is 4.2. Okay, so 4.2. Now I am class marks, this line class marks. Actually what it is, we are checking the data type. Class is for checking the data type in case of R programming. Now let's just run this section. So I am running it. So here you can see marks 85.5, height 4.2. It is already run. Now I am going for class marks. So here you can get that it is a numeric data type. Now if I want to check along with that class height, now I'll be just taking it control Z. Yeah. So now here if you're just going and running, so you will be getting that both are numeric. Class marks numeric, class height numeric, right? So here where is height? So it's 4.2. So you're getting this height as 4.2. And where is marks? Here you can get marks as 85.5. So this is basically the environment or console. You can see that there you will be getting all of the variables. What are the variables you have used in all of your R coding? You'll be getting up here. Okay, so that you'll be able to access them. Like you'll be able to understand what is there. So it's that point. And coming down here, like next we have the integer data type. So basically this is used for any of storing any of this kind of numeric data type we use for getting marks, height, weight, temperature. For all of this section we would be able. Okay. Next, we have the integer data type. What is this integer data type? Used for whole numbers only. Numbers with no decimal are considered as integers data. Okay, like 1, 10, 100, 200, anything. So for that, we have just taken age, that is 10L, and student, that is 30L. So L means here integer. Here L actually means integer. So you need to, for whenever you are just going for any of the like, as you can remember in case of Python, when you are just going and initializing any of the list. For list, you use the square brackets, right? The square brackets you are using. Coming down for any of the like in case of suppose the tuple, you are using the normal parenthesis, right? For in case of dictionary, you are using what? You are using the curly braces, right? That is the case. So here also for going down for any of the integer data type, that is any of the whole data, whole numbers. So you need to just add the number. After that, you need to add L. Okay. So L means the integer. Now here I have taken to age as 10L and student as 30L and want to just get to the class of age. Okay, let's just run it. So you will get it here, that is class age is integer. Okay, so here a class is basically for checking it like which data type is there in age variable, right? So now what's the difference between numeric and integer? Numeric, like any of the number with the decimal is considered as numeric. Also the whole number, like only 10, if you are considering, that is also a numeric. But that is like, let's just take it in this way. Like age, we have taken as 10. Now we'll take age as suppose numeric. Age in I am adding, and I am adding it for suppose 10. Okay, and I want to get the class for age underscore n. Okay, now let's just run this section all. Okay, so now you can see that for this age that contains 10L, that is integer, and age that is only with 10, that is a numeric data type. So only one difference, any of the number like without decimal, if you are just putting it down with L, that means that is a integer. And any of the normal number like 10, you are just adding for like suppose variable A. Like let me write it like that. Okay, control Z. Okay, let's just run take it like that. A is a variable. Here I am storing 10. A is A1, I am another variable. Okay, not equal to. I'm really sorry for this. Like more usually I use Python. That's why this is the effect for that actually. So A1 would be 10.235 and A2 I'll be using 10L. Okay, sorry, 10L. Right? Now I want to get the class of class of A, class of A1 and class of A2. Okay, so this is how it's going. Now let's just run it down. So you have got it for class A, it's numeric, class A1 is numeric, class A2 is integer. Whenever you are writing, let's suppose if I am writing here A3, that is 10.32 L. Okay, L. Okay, let's just see the class A3 like that. So now I'll be running it. So A3 is coming again numeric, whatever. If you put L as well, but since it is a decimal point, it is considered as numeric only. So there is no value of putting L until and unless it is a whole number. You got my point? This is the entire idea. Okay. So now coming down about character data types. Okay. So character data types is basically used for letters, words, sentence. Okay. Like R, apple, a banana. We call it like my full name is the entire sentence. My full name is Abhiksha Guha. So my full name is coming under a sentence, right? So that is coming under the character, right? So now I have written the name as Rahul, school is Green Valley School, any of the school, and I am just giving the class as name, right? So let's just run it. So it's giving me the class name is character. Okay, because the name is it is a word, specific word, the name, right? So that is what. So for any of the, as we are using in case of Python, for going for storing any type of string variable, we just need to string value actually, not variable, string value. We just need to use the semicolon. The same concept is here as well in case of R programming, you need to use semicolon for character data type. Okay. Now coming down to logical data types. What's logical? Logical data type is used for true and false. Okay, for true and false, just like the Boolean data type in case of Python. Okay, so it's true and false. So is it sunny today? Is it rainy today? Is it 10? So we are getting the values as true and false. So let's just run it. So here you can see for is raining, we are getting the true. So it is a logical data type. Okay. Now coming down to the logical comparison. So what is this logical comparison? So like we have this value 5 greater than 3. So we need to check like is it a logical comparison, like we are using the comparison types like equal to or not. Let's just run it, what type of result we are getting. So we are getting true, 5 greater than 3, it is true, right? So that is coming as logical comparison. 10 equal to 5, so of course it is not equal, so we should get the result as false. Let's see it. So we'll have got it false, right? So this is the idea about logical comparison. Okay. Now coming down with the complex data types. So we are all aware about complex data types. So it contains a real part and an imaginary part. So here 3 is the real part and 2i is the imaginary part. Okay. So here we have to just take it like that. So let's just run it. So we have got it like the data type for Z is complex. Okay. So this is basically used in case of advanced mathematics, physics. For that, we use this complex data types. Okay, now coming down to raw data types. Okay, so what is this raw data type? So raw data types is basically used for computers and it is used by them internally. Okay, so it's not usually used by any of the like programmers in that case, until and unless that is like anything of that category it has been needed, like any of the internal thing we need to take it. In that case we won't be taking. So we have taken raw data as chart to raw a we have taken. Okay, now let's check the raw data, like what is the data type. So it's giving us as raw. Okay. So this is about raw data type. Now coming down as the data type inside the data structure. So some of the advanced data type inside data structures are also stores data in containers. So we for our the variables where we store the data in case of Python, the same concept here, but here we call this variables as the containers. Okay. So we have one type that is vector. Okay, one type that is vector. Now, suppose how we are going for vectors, how we are storing the numbers in vectors. So this is all numeric value we want to store. So for that, we are just going for numbers greater or equal to like the numbers we are taking as C1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is actually a this is actually a vector, right? So this is actually a vector. So let's take class and I want to get numbers and I want to just take it. So you are getting it numeric because all of the values inside it are numeric. Okay, so here all numeric. So class wise you will be getting it numeric. Now all characters. Okay, so all characters. So let me run it for you. So we will be getting the values as A, B, C, like that. So names, where it is names. Just a moment, let me find it. Names, yes. So you can see character one is to three, A, B, C, like this. The values are going. Okay. Now coming down to mix. So everything you are storing inside it, like any possible, like all possible values you can store. So when you'll be writing it, you will be getting all of it like that. Okay. Now coming down to data frames. So this is how you're going for data frames. I guess you by now you are all aware of data frames. So we have taken a value as students. Data dot frame name we have taken Rahul, comma age of the person is 10, past it is true. So we are getting the value. So now if we are running it, it will be taking like that. So it has already run and we have got the value here. Oh, student, yes. Okay, not students. We have got student. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, we have got student because it is a data frame, so that's why one object, three variables. So you can see we have got the values like this in the tabular format that is Rahul 10 true, right? So that is the entire idea about it. So this is how you can just view it. Okay, so this is the very first one. This is the data frame, and these are the values basically. So these are the data, and these are the value section. So data, this because since this is a data frame, so it is storing in a Excel type, like in a tabular format, Excel format, table-based format, right? So here, if you can get it, so you'll get the values like this stored in this. Okay. So factor data types, we have to understand about factor data types. So factor data types, we have the grades. So here basically it is used for categories like boy, girl, ABC, like that. We are using it. So basically, if we are just running the sections, we will get the type as factors, right? So we'll take it as factors. So let's check it here as grade. Wow. You have got it like that. It's A, B, C as and this 1, 2, 1, 3 like that. It's been stored because we are just getting the values accordingly. Because A, B, C, this are according 1, 2, 3. So it is 1, 2, 1. That means A is repeated again and then C. Okay. So this is how the values are storing. Okay. Now, why factor is important? Because factor is used in case of statistics. It saves the memory and also used in case of machine learning. That's why we are using the factors. Now we are using the type conversions. We want to change the data types. So we want it as numeric. So this is we are taking it as numeric. So 10 is as numeric. So I'll run it. So we have got it 10. Right? Now for characters, 25. So you can see the semicolons are, the inverted commas are added. So that means it is converted into character. Now here I want to convert it into logical. So logical 1 means 2. If I just change it to 0 and then run it, it should come as false. Yeah, it has come as false. Now if I want to change it to this. Now let's see. NAS introduced by, okay, I haven't run it or what? Okay. Okay, NAS introduced by correlation. So, so basically here L if you are writing because numeric won't be able to take it like that, right? So that is the reason. So if I am changing it to 5 like that and running, so it will come it like that, right? So that is the basic part about type conversion. Now coming down to vectors. Okay, so now we will be coming down to vectors. So what are vectors? Vectors is a container that hold many values of the same type, right? So just like we can think about set, right? In case of set, we are storing only the numerical values we are getting stored, like the single kind of values are getting stored, right, in there. And that is how we are taking it further. So here also the vector is a container that holds many values of same type, but there is in case of set only duplicate, like it avoids the duplicate values. But here I guess we can just take it accordingly with the duplicate values as well because it's just about storing, it's not about the duplicacy. Okay. So this boxes only store in case of R, this vector boxes only stores only numbers or words or true and values. So mixing is not allowed in case of vectors. Okay. So we are just then going ahead. This we are using C. C means combined. The C basically we are using initially when we have started also we have used C. So that C means combined. Okay. So that I forgot to explain. Now we will be running this and you will be getting that it has run automatically. There is no error. So for numeric wise, it will be stored like this. Suppose I am taking 10, I am taking 20 again, and I am rerunning it. So it will be taking it at like this only. There is no problem in that if it is getting duplicate values or not or anything like that. It's fine. Okay. So now coming down vectors of characters. So it will be storing it like that. So vectors of characters. Okay, so with all of the values, we are storing it like that. Coming down with vectors of logical values, so we have the result as C equals to true, false, true, like this. So all are true, false values. We are getting all as true, false, like this. Okay, so that is the major idea that we need to find it here. So these are the types of true, false, this kind of values are getting stored, all of the logical values. Now we want to store all of the mixed values. Now let's just run it. So you can see here, it is coming as like when we are getting it, we are getting it as character. So R converts everything to a text. So because we can store only one type of value, so when we are trying mixed type of values like numeric, next character, next the logical. Uh, so it is when we are checking for the class of this vector, it's giving me mixed value character. Because why character? Because it has changed everything to characters. Okay, so that is the thing. Now accessing the vector elements. So how we are accessing the vectors element? Numbers is this one. So let's just run it. And now I want to access the numbers for first index. So it is coming down as 10. Now numbers at position, third position is coming out as 30. Like that, the things are moving. Okay. Now we can do the vector mathematics number plus 5. So all numbers will be added plus 5. So you can see the initially it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20. So it's changed into 15, 25, 35, 45, 15, 25 like that. So for with all of the numbers, 5 has been added. Okay. So this is all about the vectors part. Now coming down with the list. So list can store different types of data together. That was an issue in case of vector type, right? So coming down in the list, so list can store different types of data together. Okay, so the bag can contain the toy, the books, the apple, the water bottle, anything it will be containing. Now we are creating a list in R. Okay, so now you can see my list we have used as list and name as Rahul, age as 10, marks as here we are trying and using a vector up here. Past we are using a logical. So all kind of well types we have used. Names here Rahul, that is a character. Age it is a numeric again. Next number marks basically sorry marks basically it is a vector. Past it is actually true, that is a logical one. So one list, many data types, right? So that is the case of list. So now it has run accordingly. Now I am accessing the list data. So for accessing, how we can take it? So for accessing, we can just get in with this like list, this then this dollar sign with name. So if I am just going here, I'll be getting Rahul. So here, if I am just writing here my list, next I am using this dollar. And suppose I am using marks. Okay. Now let me run it. So we are getting only the marks. You can see 80, 85, 90 like this. Okay. Now if I want to access it by position. So my list, second one, second position, I want to get it. So second position is age. That's why it is giving me 10. Now I want to get it the same thing. I want to copy it down, Control C, and then I want to paste it and want to put it 4 and I want to run it. So you can see we have just got it based on the position, that is fourth position, right? So this is all about the based on position. Now I want to get the list inside list. So why this double brackets we are using? Before that, I have to just answer this question that why double back bracket we are using. So single bracket is giving me the access of the box, but this is list inside list. Okay, list inside list. That's why we are giving item inside the box. That's why we are using this double brackets. Okay, so this is the sections. This is the like this is basically single one is meaning like the single square bracket meaning the whole box. And if I want to get the items inside the box, in that case, I will be using this double brackets. Hope things are clear. Now coming down, list inside list, the concept I was talking about, list inside list. So here you can see we have taken a list and inside it we have again taken another list, right? So this can be possible as well. Okay. Now if I want to just go for class, school, and I want to print it. So it will be giving me list. Okay. So this is the idea. Now we have to discuss about matrix. So matrix is a table with rows and column and only one data type. Okay. So only a single data type is allowed here for matrix. Okay. Now how we can create a matrix in R? So we have taken marks with matrix as C equals to 80, 90, 85, 80. N row is 2 and N column is 2. That means that C80, 90, this is my data or the values inside the table. N row equals to 2, that means 2 rows, and N col equals to 2, that is 2 columns. Okay. So R field data column wise. Okay. Now, if I want to just like, let me just run it first. Marks. So here we will be getting marks. Okay, let me check. Mhm. Mark very well. Okay, sorry. I haven't taken it all together. So now let me just yeah, you have got marks. So you will just take it. So this is how the values are stored. V1, V2, 1 and 2. V1 is like the column name, the V2 is the column 2, and 1 and 2 are getting the row numbers. Okay. Now we are getting the values as 80, 85, 19, 90, 88 like this, right? Because you are giving the marks as like 80, 90, 85, 88 like this. So when you are getting like you are storing it, so 80, 85, 90, 95. Like it's storing for first, like first column, then the second column. Like that it is storing. Okay. So this is the thing. And you have also like we have also just stored the given the values as n number of rows, n rows equal to 2, n column equals to 2. So marks, this is how we are getting now accessing the matrix value. For this, we are just going and running. So you're getting 1, like 85. So marks 1, 2, that means marks is the matrix name and 1 comma 2. 1 means the row number 1, comma 2 column number 2. Like if we are going here, row number 1, column number 2, row number 1, column number 2, it's giving 85. So here you can see it has printed 85 only. Now we want to just go do some of the mathematical operation inside the matrix marks. So plus 5 I want to do. So you can see the value has changed to 85, 90, 95, 93 like that. Okay. Now I want to get a mixed rule, like no mixed data type should take it. So I have just added it like that. I'll just want to see how it's work. So here, if you are getting, like we are getting matrix C1A rows equals to 1, that means everything here will become character. Okay. So everything here will become a character. That is the thing because we can't take we are unable to we will won't be able to take the like mixed data types here. So your one will be converted to character type. Okay. Now coming down in creating the data frames, like how we want to create the data frames. Before that, we want to have a idea about what is data frame. Okay. So what is a data frame? So data frame, as you all know, data frame is a table where columns can be of different types. Rows represent the records like people, things like that. So each student is like, suppose you can think about each row is about one student and each column is one details about the student. Okay. How is this data frame actually built? So data frame is made up of columns, that is the vectors, and all columns must have the same length that you should remember. Okay. Now we have taken the data frame accordingly, like as names accordingly, like any of the type we can take it, like age, marks, past, like this we have taken. So anyhow we are able to take it. Like if we are running it, so we will be okay. What's the issue up here? Object ages not okay. Okay, fine. So basically this is the form that we want to take it. So name is names, age is ages, marks is marks, past is past. This is how we need to create the data type. Okay. So this is the format we have to create it. So this is the basic format. Now we want to view the data frame, like basically how we have to create it. So let me just give you the idea how we have to take it. Now suppose names we are taking, so we will be taking it like that. Sorry, we will be just taking it this way, and we will be adding C comma, like here we will be adding the values name as Rahul, then we will be adding as Anu. Next, we will be adding Ravi, like that. Okay. Now, basically, we will be adding ages because these are not defined, right? So we have to define it. So let's define it as ages. And here we will be again taking the vector as 10, 11, maybe 10 again, like that we will be storing. And then we have ages, then we have marks. So that is C, 85, 92, 60, like this. And then we have past, that is true, C, of course, true, true, false. Okay. So each vector has three values. Okay. So now we have created from these values, we have created this data frame. So we have to just run this first. We will be running this first. Next, we will be running this. So it will be running automatically, right? Okay. So here basically data dot frame, it's creating a data frame, data dot frame, that is next name is the column name. What is the name of the column that I want to print? And here this names is the vector that uses as columns. So this is my vector. So this was not given before. That's why we have just missed that. So we have added this. Now it is running perfectly. Now I want to view the data frame. Like let me just run it. So this is how it will be taken. Like let me see here where are students. Yeah, students. I want to see it. So here you can see it is storing in a tabular format, that is Rahul 10, 85 true, Anu 11, 92 true, Ravi 10, 60 false. Like this, the values are storing. So we are good to go like that. Okay. Now we want to get as the structure of the data frame. So that's why we are using str. So let's run it. So you can see the data frame has three objects and four variables. Three objects means three, like here the column names you'll be getting. You'll be getting the data types and the number of rows as well, right? So here this name, age, marks, past, these are the name of the columns. This are what is CHR means character. Name is character type. Age is now numerical type. Marks is numerical type. Past is logical type. Okay. And the column, the number of columns also we will be getting like three observations for four variables. That is the main thing that we will be getting. Three observations means we are getting three values for four variables. What are the four variables? Four variables are name, age, marks, and past. So basically, there are three rows and four columns. That is what we mean. Okay. Now coming down about dimensions of the data frame, like n row student, that is number of rows, n column, dimensions. So let's just run this section. So the number of rows is 3, number of columns is 4, dimension is 3 cross 4. Okay. Now we have to access the data, access the column. That is the idea that we need to use. So for that we are just taking it this way. So this dollar sign is basically gives the entire marks column. Okay, because we are using marks, so the entire column we are getting. So student marks we are getting. So we this way also we are able to get it. So this comma is basically we are using this square bracket with the comma, so to get it accordingly, and also with the marks we can use the index number. So like if you are just taking it the index, that way it will also work. Now if we are just giving the row number, like let me just give the row number, so it will be just taking it accordingly. Like which one? Just a moment. So now you can see here you are getting the value for the column row number, that is 2, that is unknown 11, 92 and true, like that. Like if I am just changing it to suppose 4 and I want to run it, so I'll be getting there is students T okay, sorry, I have not run it entirely. That is the case. Yes. That is true, true, false. The fourth according was like fourth column was true, true, false. That is the logical one. That's why it is getting it accordingly. So this is according to not like index wise in that not that sense like the column number, and this is coming down to the row number. Now if we are adding all, we will be getting it like that. So this is how we are getting the details. Now let me go for this is how we are getting. Now, suppose we want to add a new column. The name of the column we are giving grade and we are adding this. So let me just run it. So you will get it accordingly. Okay. Now, what happened here? A new column grade has been added and the length must work accordingly. Now, if I want to go ahead and view students, now you will be getting all with the grade as well, right? So this is the whole ID. Yeah. Okay. Now basically we want to remove one column. Suppose the past column I want to remove. So I want to run it. So here we have run it. Now we want to view the student table. So here you can see that past table has been removed. Okay. Now we want to filter the rows basically. So basically here we want to filter the rows. So we want to get the students who have got marks greater or equal to 60. So let me run it. So we have got all of the students, that is Ravi, Anu and Rahul. All of them have got marks that is higher than 60. Okay. Now let's just change it to higher than 90. And then I want to run it. So I'll be getting only one student, that is Anu. She has got higher marks that is greater than 90. Right? Now, suppose I want to just filter the students who are older than 10. Age is more than 10 years. So here I'll be getting the value of Anu only because her age is 11. Now I want to sort the data. Now here you can see we have sorted the data based on marks. I have sorted it. So 60 is coming first, like it is lower to higher. So 60, then 85, then 90. Now I want to do the reverse. I want to get higher to lower. In that case, I will be using minus student. Then I'll be using the rest of the part. And here you can see we have just taken it the other way down, that is higher to lower, that is 92, 85, 60, like this. Okay. Now we want to just take it about the factors. Here we are using factors inside the data frame. So here, why factors? Because we want categories and we want to get it into the statistics. That's why. So this summary function we are using up here, like we want to get the summary of the student next. So let's just go it first here, this one. So sorry, really sorry. Just a moment. Yeah. So it has run automatically. Now I want to get the summary. So this is the entire summary. So it gives me the minimum value, maximum value, the mean value, the median value, the first quartile value, the third quartile value. All of these values I am getting for all of the this values, this mean, max, this are getting for the numerical value. For characters, we are getting the class, the mode, and the length. Okay, so this is about the summary part, and now converting the data frame. That means I want to convert it to matrix. So that's why as matrix we have used. So now we have got it like this. Now if I want to check matrix, just a moment. Sorry, your matrix is there. Okay, matrix student. Yeah. Students. Now here, if you are checking that it has been converted into like matrix form, right? So this is how it has been taken. Now I want to view student that I have taken it round here. Now I want to get it back here. Now I want to add list if I want to just complete it. So all of this we have got it based on list format. Okay. Now suppose I want to get the graph. Like I have taken marks, I have taken then I have taken names, all of the names, and I want a bar plot up here. That's why we are getting it. Marks is the number of bars, name is the number name under the bars, makes bar plot, that creates a bar plot. Then we are just using name.args, this part that is actually for the labels for the bars. Okay. This is basically for the labels for the bar. Then we have used main equals to marks. Main is basically for the title and call is for the color. What specific color I want to take. So now I want to run it. So here I'll get the marks of the student Rahul, Anu, Ravi, and these are the labels, like the labels on the x-axis and on the y-axis. Okay. Now I want to get the line plot. So line plot here, so it's plot that changes over time. Here basically type we have taken as L, that is the line graph that shows me that I want a line plot. X lab, that is the along X lab I want days, and Y label I want temperature. So I will be running this code here. So this is how my temperature is varying over the day. Okay. Now I want a scattered plot up here. So let me just run it. So this is the scattered plot here. So here you can see I have just taken it all like that. Similarly, I have taken hours and marks for in scattered plot hours and marks. Main I have added, X label I have added, Y label I have added it accordingly. And PCH, that is 19, that is I want a solid dot. So that's why it has taken accordingly. So now I have taken a histogram up here. So you can see this is the histogram plot. So here basically this bar shows the range of the value. Taller the bar, that is more the student marks is there. So here you can see the majority is coming with this section. So larger data is the larger distribution we will be getting up here. Okay. Next we have gone ahead for a box plot. So this is how my box plot looks. So box is the middle values and the lines are the median and the dots are the outliers. Right? So here we have got one outliers. This lines are the values. This middle line is basically the median value. And of course, this are like box it presents the value altogether. Okay. Now I want to get a pie chart. So let's run it. So this is my pie chart because I have taken apple, banana, mango, orange. The quantity of apple is more because the value is 40. Then we have banana that is 30. Then we have mango that is 20 and 10 for orange. Okay. So this is how we need to plot it in case of our programming. Okay. Now let's just go here. I'll just close it. Now we will be going for DPLYR plus ggplot2 in our programming that we need to understand. So we'll just discuss a bit and then we'll just keep the rest for the next session. Okay. Then here basically what is the idea? GPLYR, this is basically for cleaning and changing the data. This is basically we are taking it for cleaning and changing the data, and we are using ggplot2, that is basically for drawing beautiful graphs. Okay. Now DPLYR that actually fixes, filters, sorts, changes the data, and accurately it works. Okay. So again, this is my data frame that we have taken. So let me just run it. So we have run it. Now we have used what we have used. We have used DPLYR. So it is actually like a helper tool that cleans and arranges the data. So it helps in picking rows, picking columns, sorting data, creating new columns, grouping the data accordingly. That's why we are using library. So that actually tells R to use this package. Okay. So DPLYR is a data manipulation package. Now here we are going for different sections. So now here you can see here we have used select. So select is for picking a specific column. Okay. So let's just take it. Here we have got the values of names and marks. So we have got, like, before that, let us understand about the data frame. Here in data frame, we have got the name of the students, we have got the age of the student, we have got the marks of the student and the class of the students. Okay. So now here you can see select, that means we want to pick the specific columns. That's why I want to pick name and marks. That's why it has taken it like that. So name accordingly and marks accordingly. Now I want to go for the next one, that is filter. Filter, this is basically used for picking up rows. For marks, the condition is that marks is greater than 80. The students who scored more than 80, those values I want. Okay. So let me run it. So here you can see we have filtered it accordingly. Rahul, age 10, marks is 85, that is above 80, classes 5A. Anu 11 92 5A. Neha 12 95 5A. Right. So before that, let me just get the students five observations and four variables. There are four columns and five rows. So among five, we have got three row values who have got the marks greater than 80. Let me just visualize it. This one, if I am viewing it up, you can see we have got Rahul, Anu, Ravi for them, the Ravi, Neha, Amit, all of them. Right? So you can see the values like this. Now coming down where here. Yeah. Now after this, we are going for arrange. Arrange is basically for sorting the values. So I want to arrange the marks. So by default, it will take lower to higher. So you can see here. So it has taken lower to higher. Lower is 60, then 70, then 85, 92, 95, like that it is moving. Next, we have to just sort them in descending order. That's why we have used this. That is the case. So that I wanted in descending order. So that's why we have got it like that. So we have got it in descending order. Now I want this muted, like we want to get it in muted. That's why I want to create a new column altogether. Here I want to get a new column. That's why I have used muted. So the here basically what I have used muted means adding new column. If else means condition, that checking the condition here. If the marks is greater or equal to 60, that means passed, else it will be taking as failed. That is the condition. Okay. So I am just writing like comparing it up. So based on that, it has viewed it. So 85 passed, accordingly, all are passed because the marks is greater or equal to 60. Now, if I am removing greater than 6, I am just including greater than 60 and running. So we'll get one fail because one got the marks as 60. Okay. So this is the idea. Okay. Now coming with summarize. Summarize is basically for summarizing, like summarizing the number, summary number basically. Okay. So summarize actually gives one summary value and mean is of course the average. So we are just going here and getting. So average marks is 80.0. That is 80.4 is the marks. And here we are just getting it here. So this is basically we are using group by here. So basically what we want to get the average marks per class. Okay. So here group by class, that is grouping the student based on class, and summarize means calculate for each of the group. That is what we want to do here. And we have taken it. So you can see for class 5A, we have got the average marks as 90.7, and class 5B, we have got the average marks that is 65. Okay. So this is about all about DPLYR. This is the library for that. Now we will move down to the library of ggplot2. So this is basically for getting beautiful graphs. So we have just taken library ggplot2. So the similar way I want to get the libraries. That's why now here I am using ggplot student. Then ggplot, that is the starting the graph. Student is the data set that we have taken. AES, that is the aesthetics basically. So what goes on axis that we have taken. Along X, I'll be taking names on the x-axis, and Y equals to marks, that means marks on y-axis. Then genome underscore bar, that is for bar graph, that I want a bar graph. Stat identity, that means it uses the actual values. Fill is the color that I want to fill, and labs is basically the labels. So inside labs, we have used the title, the X label, and the Y label. Okay. Now let me just run it. So this is how my plot looks. So you can see this plot looks far better than the plots we have already checked, right? So here if I am going and again going for a bar plot, line plot, and this is a bar plot. So if you can run it, so here you can see the bar looks like this, and here if you can see the bar looks more better, right? The bar looks better. Now here again we are going for a line plot. So GG plot, student aesthetics, we have taken the same thing here. Basically, genome line, that means that is line, draw a line, and genome point, that means draw plots. Okay, so that is the basic part up here, and I want to just plot it up. Okay, sorry, not this one, this one. So now you can get the bar plot. So here genome, GG plot, genome line, that means we want to draw a line, and genome plot, that means draw a dots on the point. So here on the points we are getting the dots. Okay. Now here you can see we have used another plot. This is the point plot, basically the scattered plot. So that's why we have used genome point. So each point is each student that shows the relationship between age and marks. Okay. Now here we want to plot an histogram. So this is how a histogram is looking on marks distribution. Now here we want a box plot. So here is the box plot based on the marks and the class. This is how we have got the plot together. Now we want to use that dplyr plus ggplot2, so that we want to get it together. Okay. So when we are using it together, this is basically for finding the maximum marks per class bar chart I want. Right. So now I want to run it. So here we have got the maximum marks for 5A and maximum marks for 5B. So the data wise, when we have taken, we have already received it. That is for 5A, it is 90.7. So here you can find it. It is actually 90.7 around. And 5B, it is 65. Right? It is 65. Now we are going ahead again and just getting the plots based on both, that is dplyr plus ggplot2, so that we are getting it accordingly. So we have taken another, like we have taken the plot accordingly. We have just given the name, the age, the marks, and the class accordingly, and want to plot it accordingly, right? So now we have just get, like we have to run it first. So we have run it. Now we want to run this. So student percentage count number, count class, that means count how many rows in each class. Okay. So I want to just run it. So we have got 5A contains 4, 5B contains 3. Okay. Now I want to just get the GG plot. So here each bar is considering as one class, and accordingly we will be getting it. So here we have got it like that. Okay. So we have got the number of students according to class. Now again, we want to get the average marks by class that we have already taken, I guess. The same one, like this one and this one. The average one only we have taken, but here we have just taken it for the other data set, like this data set. Okay. Now we are going for a marks distribution using histogram that we are using. Like here we are just telling it like that. So here we are getting the marks distribution accordingly, like how the marks is going with the number of students. Okay. Now we are checking for marks by class. So here we are just going and getting. So this is the box plot we have taken, and we are just getting the marks based on the class. So for 5A, the class, the marks are getting in the range, like the in the upper range more, and for class 5B, the marks is in the a bit lower range as compared to 5A. Okay. Now age versus marks scattered plot. So marks with the age. So we are getting the values from 10 to 12 is the maximum age limit we are getting. So more student we are getting of age 10. Okay. Age versus marks trend we have already taken in. This one is the scattered plot. Next, we want to go for class-wise marks trend. So I want to check how much marks actually changes student by student in each class. That's why I want to just take it. So here you can see that this blue is for class B and 5 is for class A. For B is number of students is 3. For 5A there are 4 students. So the values are changing like this. Okay. Now we want to get the passed versus failed. So here we are just taking as like this. So it is taking as muted, like because muted means I want to add a new column. Okay. So how many students passed or failed? I want to get it. So I have just plotted it this. So this is getting, I am getting the passed result more. So most of the student has passed accordingly. Right now, if I am changing this to this and I am running this and then I am running this. So I have got two two plots. Like there are some students who have failed and some students who have passed. Okay. And the final plot is basically for average marks by age. That is the bar graph. Yeah. So you can see this is the average marks by age. Okay. So this is all about our programming. We will be continuing in the next session. In the next session, we have already discussed in details about the heart disease, that one. Like here, in case of Python, UCI heart disease UCI data. We'll be taking this data only and we'll be doing the pre-processing and then we'll be plotting the plots and we'll see how things we can do the same thing that we have done in case of in Python. The similar kind of things we will be doing in case of in basically in our programming and see how we can do that accordingly. Okay. So thank you guys for connecting in today's session. We will be just continuing with the session in the we will be just taking like considering and just joining in the next session and continuing from here. And then we will be moving ahead with the ETL along with that Power BI and Tableau part in the next sessions onwards. Okay. So thank you everyone for connecting in today's session. We'll just accordingly connect in the next session. Okay. So thank you everyone. Bye.